So Hearthstone has been up for over a decade now, and there are many custom cards created by the community. And today I'm going to look on the most upvoted cards on Reddit that were made by the community, and by upvoted, who doesn't use Reddit, that means the most favorite cards, we could say the most liked cards by everyone. So today let's start with the number 10 spot, which is Heartbroken Troll, a 3 mana 3/3 common for warrior, counts as damaged even at full health. This works like with cards where you summon a copy of your damaged minions. So you have a 3/3/4 that is also like a damaged minion. So you could use those effects of summon a copy of a damaged minion, or for each damaged minion something. So this is how it would work. Would it be good in standard? There are no cards that would synergize with this, so currently in standard this would be a useless card. But how good do I think this card is? Like the design, the effect, how fun is it? I think this is 2 out of 5 stars. It's a very interesting card, but nothing way too crazy or something that would make me, oh my god, this is such a cool card. So this is number 10 spot. Let's go to number 9 spot. Number 9, we have Normal Human Man, 3 mana 1/3 common. Apparently it should be a common, it doesn't have the gem, but Death Rattle summon 3 1/1 Murlocs. This is a really cool art, like you have 3 Murlocs, and it, like the card itself, for 3 mana you have a 4/6 in stats. Now, is that good? I think it could be used in kind of aggro-ish decks or Murloc decks, but currently in standard this card wouldn't see play at all. But I really like this card, like the idea of the Normal Human Man and you have 3 Murlocs inside. That's really cool, and I think this card, like, it wouldn't be played at all, even in WoW. There are definitely better ways how you could play, and like I think this is a 3 out of 5 star card in my opinion. Really interesting. Like the effect isn't too crazy, but the name Normal Human Man and you have 3 Murlocs wearing a cape and a hat, that's really cool. I really like the art a lot. So like the art, I think 5 out of 5 stars, but overall as a card, I think it's 3 out of 5 stars. It wouldn't be played, but it's a really cool design. We have Weapon Bag, a 2 mana echo spell, epic spell for warrior. Equip a random weapon. So you play it for 2 mana. If you get a bad weapon, you can recast this until you get a good weapon. Currently in standard, there are not really powerful weapons. Yes, there are definitely like the one that is used with Odin, which gains you armor while you attack. That would be a really strong weapon for warrior. But overall, you could also get like the Death Rattle, draw a demon, it costs 2 less from Demon Hunter. But in the current pool of weapons, I don't really see why you would play this card. Like, it's interesting concept, but I think, like, realistically you are not going to play it. I think this is 2 out of 5 stars. Like, the interest, like the star rating, I'm not giving it of how good the card is, but how the card looks like. You know, like the art, the name, the effect, of how interesting it is. I think that it is definitely interesting that you like always, like, until you get the weapon you want, you can use it 5 times if you have 10 mana, 2 mana cost, so 5 times. But it doesn't seem that such like a cool card, but there will be definitely cool cards. So next, let's go on number 6 spot, and this is a really interesting card. Therapist Barrot. Yes, Therapist Barrot. A 7 mana 3/7 Taunt, legendary neutral. Battlecry, shuffle Daniel into your deck. Denial, 5 mana spell, return all minions to their owner's hand. Shuffle Anger into your deck. Anger, 5 mana, deal 5 damage to all minions. Shuffle Bargain into your deck. 5 mana Bargain, swap minions with your opponent. Oh, so you take control of their minions and they get control of your minions. Really interesting. Shuffle Depression into your deck. Depression, that looks so good. 5 mana Depression, resurrect all minions you've played this game. Okay, you want to play big minions if you want this to work. Shuffle Acceptance into your deck. Acceptance, concede when drawn. Okay, this is a really interesting card. Okay, so you have a taunt minion, it needs to die, then you get return all minions to their own present, so you get board clear, kind of board clear, no, not board clear, you get a lot of minions and you die. Ooh, this is like the like it wouldn't be played, but how it's packaged, it's a really interesting card. Denial, anger, bargain, depression, acceptance. I think that, like, again, it wouldn't be played. It's a really cool card, but it's really slow for the current meta. And a really cool card. The creator of this custom card was really original. And you know what? I think this is a 4 out of 5 star card. Again, the star rating is based on how cool the card is, not how good it would be in the game. So yeah, I think this is definitely, this deserves 4 out of 5 stars. Really cool, like, effect, and the cool thing that you die when you when you shuffle this into your deck, you draw it and you die. Very interesting card. This wouldn't be played at all. Even if this wouldn't exist in the deck, it wouldn't be played at all. And even if this would be shuffled into your opponent's deck, Acceptance, I still think it wouldn't be played because it's very slow. You need to play 5 mana, draw a card that you make. Again, and then your opponent needs to draw this, if this would be into your opponent's deck. Definitely unplayable, but a really cool card, 4 out of 5 stars, definitely. We are getting to some cool cards. Next we have Ziliax Perfect Specimen, 8 mana legendary for Paladin, 5 armor, legendary hero. Battlecry, equip a 3/2 weapon with lifesteal and your hero is immune while attacking. 6 mana 3/2 lifesteal, your hero is immune while attacking. Ooh, really cool. And hero power, passive hero power. All mechs you play this turn have magnetic, swap each turn. Passive, all mechs you play this turn have rush. All mechs you play this turn gain lifesteal. Okay, so this needs to synergize with mechs, where in standard it's mechs are unplayable. But how cool this card is. So we have like the new Ziliax Deluxe. So this is kind of like, yeah, okay, Ziliax. But we have the new version. And lifesteal, you would heal a lot. Like, a really interesting. I think it would it be played at all? I think it wouldn't, because mechs are terrible for Paladin in standard. So unplayable, but if it wouldn't be all mechs, but let's say all minions you play this turn, let's say that that's what the card does, then it would be playable, because you would give your, even though this doesn't, Unity, Precision, Perfection, I forgot to read the names, Perfection, yeah, definitely. Really cool card, but I think the card before was a bit better. So I think this is 3 out of 5 stars. I don't really have much to say or theory craft to this card. I think this is 3 out of 5 stars. So now we are moving to the number 5 card. We have the Living Mountain, a legendary neutral minion, kind of a dragonish mountain. 9 mana 3, 15, elemental. Okay, elemental. This could work. Taunt, this minion takes 4 spaces on the board, and it isn't destroyed by destroy effects. Ooh. I don't know if like Reno Lone Ranger would make it disappear. Yeah, it would, because it's destroy effect. So that would be kind of terrible, but let's say that spells with destroy or make all minions disappear or something like this, it wouldn't affect this card. So you have 4 spaces on your board filled with this. And it's taunt, so your opponent needs to kill it. 3 mana 15, and elemental. We have like the legendary neutral minion which doubles all spells, the stats of elementals in your hand and deck, so it could really work, because the only way how you can destroy this is by using spells that don't have the destroy or remove or something like this from board. And yeah, so a really sticky minion. I think this could help the elemental archetype. From all the cards that we reviewed so far, this card seems to be the card that would be most likely played. If I need to pick one card from the cards we reviewed, I think this is a card that would be played the most from those cards. How good is it? It's really interesting how it takes 4 spaces on the board, and it cannot be destroyed by destroy effects or let's say the disappear and things like this. So you would legitimately need to kill this with minions or spells that deal damage. And maybe silence could, but we don't have really much silence in standard nowadays. And the fact that you could double the stats, I think that this could work in like the elemental, shaman elemental deck where you have the whole elemental packaging and you have the neutral minion that doubles the stats of elementals in your hand and deck. It could work, and you can't remove this, so it would be like with a destroy effect or disappear effect. So this would be a really strong card from the cards that we like. Realistic, it wouldn't be really much played. I might be wrong, but this is a really cool card. How good is it? I think this is 4 out of 5 stars. Or not how good, how interesting it is. It's 4 out of 5 stars. And so far this is the card that would be most likely played in standard. Really cool card, 4 out of 5 stars. Let's go number 4 spot. We have Duo Language Bird. Oh, so like Duolingo. Yeah, I think this is like for Duolingo reference. 5 mana 8/8 for legendary rogue minion beast. At the end of your turn, if you played no cards from another class, deal A damage to your hero. Okay, so you have a big minion that forces you to play cards from other classes, and for that you have a big minion, and you have like the reverse effect of Ragnaros the Fire Lord. It wouldn't be played. Rogue has a lot better ways to play in standard. How cool is this card? I don't know why, but I feel this is kind of like boring effect. Like, okay, you have big stats, but you need to do a condition, otherwise like this minion attacks your hero each turn. So I think that, yeah, I don't think this is a really cool. I know a lot of you will argue, but I think this is like 1 out of 5 stars in the interest level. It wouldn't be played, that's one thing. Another thing, I don't know, it just, yes, the art is really cool, it's like the Duolingo reference, but still I think this is really boring. Okay, you have big stats and a downside, so that's not really that interesting. I think this is 1 out of 5 stars, like in the interest level. Let's move to number 3 spot. We have A Year's Passing, a neutral legendary quest. That's the first neutral quest that we would have. For 1 mana, okay, standard, you get it in your hand, opening hand, quest, play 30 unique cards. So this is like a Highlander deck. So you could play Reno Lone Ranger. You have no duplicates in your deck, but this is really hard to accomplish. Like 30 unique cards, like 30 different cards. Really hard. But what's the reward? Reward, mint a Year's End. 5 mana 20/20 Rush Dragon, mint a's Year's End. Really interesting card. Whenever you play a card, shuffle a copy of it into your deck. Oh, this would be terrible and totally unplayed in standard and also in wild, because it needs to have at least like 5 mana rush or something, because playing 30 different cards, you might be, oh, that might be easy, but it's extremely hard. It's a lot easier to win with Wheel of Death that Warlock has. This is real hard to accomplish, like seriously, really hard. And if it has rush, it doesn't have charge, so definitely unplayable quest. Interesting, but definitely unplayable. How interesting is it? Like, you have the hardest quest to complete by far. I don't believe that like we have a lot of quests and quest lines, but this is the hardest quest to complete, and you get a kind of a terrible reward. I'm not saying it's terrible, but 20/20 you could easily clear that, and you just shuffle a card, copy into your terrible card. So definitely unplayable. Okay, dot. And how interesting is it? Definitely the interesting thing is the unique cards. Like if this would be play 15 unique cards, okay. How interesting is it? I think this is like 2 out of 5 stars. I think it's kind of on the weak side, but better than the previous card that we reviewed. But still not really creative, in my opinion. Like, I don't want to hurt the one who created this, but it doesn't seem that interesting. And also it wouldn't be played. But yeah, we have 3 out of 5 stars. Now we move to the number 2 card. And that is Twivens MCNAP. 2/3/2 legendary neutral minion. Battlecry, replace your concede button with stylish exit. Oh, this is definitely interesting. Stylish exit presents you to choose between 3 cards packages for free. You can still play, but you will not be able to win under any circumstances. 0 mana full Notrishire, 4 Notrishire clerics, 4 clerics of healing, while 1 wild pyromancer, a league of failures, Reno Jackson and Auchenai Soul Priest, 0 mana ultimate sacrifice, sacrifice pact, and Lord Jaraxxus. So what is it? I need to understand it. Stylish exit presents you choices between 3. So instead of conceding, you have stylish exit for free. You can still play, but you will not be able to win by any circumstance. So you play this and you cannot win the game, but you apparently get some cool like things that you could play. Something like we have the Whizbang, the new Whizbang. So you could maybe get something like a cool deck. It's not really here explained. But I guess you will get some like cool like cards, replace your hand on deck and the board, and you have a lot of like minions, and when you kill your opponent, I think it would work, you would die. Or maybe you would kill him, but you would still lose the game and they would win, but you killed them. This will be unplayed, definitely, but this is 5 out of 5 stars interest level. By far the most interesting card I have ever seen from all the custom cards. I really love the conceit and stylish exit. Beautiful. So this is 5 out of 5 stars, how cool the card is, but it still wouldn't be played. And number 1 spot, I'm really prepared for this one. This card has 10,000 upvotes. Okay. 6 mana 3/4 Relgor the Briber. Battlecry if your opponent concedes on their next turn, and 10 gold to their account. Oh, wait a second. So if my opponent plays this and I concede, I get 10 gold. Like, so if I concede 10 times when my opponent plays this, I will be able to buy 1 classic pack. This, like, let's just change it, because nowadays 10 gold is absolutely nothing. Let's say that if your opponent concedes on their next turn, add 100 gold to their account so they could buy a pack. Well, it depends. Like, if this card would be actually added, you play him, and if your opponent believes that they can win, like guarantee, they wouldn't concede and kill you. But if they would be unsure, or they knew they lost, or they think they lost, they would definitely concede and they will get money. So this would exploit, in my opinion, Hearthstone, because everyone would be conceding to get a lot of like gold. So a lot of free-to-play players and players who don't want to spend a lot of money would most of the times concede if they are unsure if they can win the game or not. But this is definitely 10 out of 5 stars in interest. This is such a cool card, and I must absolutely agree why it has like the 10,000 upvotes, that this is the most popular card, custom card ever created. On Reddit, I must agree with all my fingers. So yeah, definitely cool card, and this would be 100 gold, so you can buy a pack. What do I think? I think that, yeah, definitely cool card. I think this could be, this would be definitely a meme card that would be played in decks just to play it and, you know, encourage your opponent to concede. Bribe. You will bribe them to concede. Really cool card, and I think this deserves to have 10 out of 5 stars in like how cool this is. And guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, my friends, and these were awesome custom cards.